Hello, hello, and welcome to Lisa with 5 Salted Lemons. I'm so glad you're here with me on our first YouTube series, right? So I'm hoping that you guys will say hi, tell me where you're from, and give us a like too. If you want us to continue, I guess that's what you have to do, right? That's what they tell me. So thanks for being here. I am a personal chef, a recipe hoarder, I guess you'd call it, and a lover of lemons. So today is our culmination of our 4 days prior to this of using lemons, hence the name 5 Salted Lemons. So I'm hoping that you'll enjoy what we're doing here today, that in fact you'll make it, and then let us know how it turned out. I had some great responses from the lemon hummus that we did this week. If you missed that, you can go back and catch it on Facebook, and hope you'll like what we're doing here today. So I know that not everybody normally eats fish on Fridays, but what the heck, I decided to do Fish Friday, right? But first, we're going to start out with a cocktail because I picked up the most amazing strawberries. If you saw me yesterday do my little shopping excursion, I picked up these berries from the Ecology Center in San Juan Capistrano, close to where I live, and they're just phenomenal. And last time I got berries from them a few weeks back, I actually used my ice cream maker that I got from Williams-Sonoma that I love. And I made some ice cream, and it was fabulous. And of course, I shared with my neighbors too, which they always love that. So I am just going to whip up a quick little strawberry daiquiri for you, and maybe you'll join along. So I have set aside some Bacardi and some triple sec. I was a little limited for space, so that's why I poured it in a measuring cup already. And I've got my ice going. I've got my lemons and limes prepped for here today, and I'm going to be making this quick cocktail. But next on the horizon is, I'm kind of challenging myself with you guys here. I hope you bear with me. But I'm going to be doing some scallops and a piece of salmon and spinach and mushrooms all at the same time. So I know you guys will bear with me on this because it's kind of like a lot going on, right? Okay, so let me pop this stuff in. And go ahead and comment. Ask any questions, and I'll try to get back to you. So here's the liquor part. Going right in here. You know I like everything in a pretty glass if you've been watching. So we're going to start with that, and put the berries in. And you know what? I'm going to be generous and use most all of them, I think. And I'm not going to crush them up completely, or so I think, right? So I'm using my Vitamix, which came from Williams-Sonoma too. I love Williams-Sonoma. Don't forget the stores are open now, so you can go back. And let's just blend this up really quickly. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze a little lime in there right now. I've got lime on my glass too, but we'll just go ahead and put that in there and whip it up, because there's nothing like a good cocktail to help you want to cook, right? All right, hold on, bear with me here. All right, that's all it takes is just a little bit. And let's see. We can make this magic happen for you right over here. So I kind of like it with the chunks of ice in there. I don't know if you guys do, but of course I'm going to taste it now, right? Now I did not add any sugar to this because it's just not my thing to have a lot of sugar going on. So at least with this, right? Because I've eaten this. So let me try. Oh, you guys, it's so fresh, so good. Oh my gosh. Can you see the little chunks of berries and stuff in there? I love it that way. It's kind of like an adult slushie, right? And I squeeze the lime in. Okay. I hope you find some great berries and then you make this, because why not? We need to use what's in season. You know, you could use your peaches, your mangoes, anything that you have to make a fabulous cocktail. All right, we're done with the first one here. So let me put this aside. So I have a couple things going here, and the scallops cook really quickly. You only want to cook them for like 2 minutes, 2 minutes aside. The thing about fish is a lot of people are afraid to be fishy, right? They don't want to cook it. They don't want the smell in their house. I was going to take you out to the grill. I'll do that another time. But just for today, we're going to go with a couple different things. So I have a piece of salmon that you may have seen that I got yesterday. Ooh, that's hot. Hold on. All right, so this is I checked for the bones on it too, so you might want to check that. And I have seasoned it with a little lemon olive oil because you know it's lemons and I love that. And some kosher salt and some lemon pepper with a little lemon on the top. And I'm just going to put this in, and you know, we don't want to overcook it, right? So I'm going to be really careful. There's no skin on the other side. So I'm just going to be checking this every once in a while. My oven is at 400 degrees. And this is my Breville, by the way. I love Breville. I've had several of their appliances, and they are the bomb. And this is the newest one from Williams-Sonoma too. And actually, I'm plugging Williams-Sonoma because I love them so much. But actually, it's got the air fryer and the proofer and everything on here. So you guys should go check it out, right? And order from your local store. So meanwhile, I thought I would tackle doing some spinach too. So I used to, you know, one of my good friends, Linda, I hope you're watching, Linda, years ago, we used to make cream spinach all the time. Well, everybody's trying to be a little more conscientious about not using all the cream, right? So I'm going to go ahead and fire up my pan that's got some Kerrygold butter in it. Do you know what Kerrygold is? I actually set it out so I could show you. You guys, this is the bomb. This is the best butter. You will not use anything else. And I save it for, you know, special things like this. It's really great. And to, you know, for bread and stuff like that. I probably wouldn't use it in my baked goods as much. I'm not quite a baker, as you know. So anyway, Kerrygold is the best. All the stores have it. The finer stores and the, you know, more discounted stores have it as well. So go check it out. You will not be sorry. And Costco has it in bulk too. So if you want to do that. So, so really quickly, because I want to make a little bed of spinach for my scallops, hopefully. Okay. So I thought I'd really step out of the box. So I'm going to melt my butter here. And I'm going to add some mushrooms to it. I've just cleaned these and diced them up. And I'm just going to throw them in the pan. And right before I put the spinach in, I'm going to put a little garlic in too. So I'm using organic baby spinach from Trader Joe's, my other favorite store. And we're just going to punt. And this is a great thing because you can do this a day in advance. And the longer it sits, the better it gets, it seems to. So let me just pop these in. And we'll start the mushrooms going. So let's see, guys. We made the cocktail. What are you having this Father's Day weekend? I mean, I think that the guys mostly want meat, right? So let me know what you're cooking. Are you cooking pork? Remember not to overcook your pork either. There's so many ways to cook it. You can put it in your slow cooker. You know, you can do it on your grill, whatever you like to do. So actually, we're going to get this going. Hopefully not burn down the house. So I wanted to also show you, because I really like to use up things that are in my fridge. So I made some roasted carrots. Can you guys see this? So this was also tossed in a little olive oil. And use your oregano, basil, maybe your garlic powder, and some salt and pepper, and just roast it at 400 degrees. That took about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, just depending on, you know, how many, how thick, how whatever. So anyway, my mushrooms are starting to cook. And for those of you who, you know, don't eat spinach a lot or whatever, this is a great way to get your fiber and your greens and everything in. So try to eat them several times a week so you get all these great veggies like I got at the Ecology Center, right? So I've ordered these boxes a few times from some different places. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff, especially if there's just one or two of you. You're sort of, your kids aren't home. Well, maybe they are back at home right now during this whole COVID thing, right? But it's kind of fun to force yourself to create a recipe that maybe that you wouldn't have done, right? If you've got the box of stuff to use. I'm going to be eating a lot of lettuce and kale this weekend because that's the other stuff I got in there, and squash. So if you've just jumped on, say hi. Please tell me where you're from. Please like the page, the video, and so we can keep going with this. And ask me any questions. Just pop them in the box there, and tell me what you're doing this weekend too. So, all right, my mushrooms are cooking away. My fish is on 400 degrees over here. And let me tell you that it's really a good thing. Really a good thing for fish to be able to kind of bring it to room temperature. You don't want to take it right out of the refrigerator or the grill or whatever, because the outside's going to cook and the inside's not. So you really want to pay attention to that. Okay, so getting some good. I'm just throwing a little garlic. Some garlic. Try to use fresh. If you don't have it, the jar is always good to have on hand, right? So I'm just some garlic into there, and you got to be careful of the garlic because you don't want it to burn, right? So you just have to kind of move it around and watch it sizzle a little bit. And now for the magic of the spinach. So I got my pan that has a high edge on it today because I've made the mistake before of not putting a mat in it. It really kind of goes over the top for a little bit. So I think I'll be okay here. So I'm going to use this whole package, which is 6 ounces of baby organic spinach. And I'm just going to pop it in the pan. Now sometimes what I actually do is toss a little water in it. So actually I have a little water right here. And I'm just going to toss that right there just to kind of steam it, if you will. And it's so pretty. You hear the sizzle? Pretty nice. Pretty nice. So have you been back in the malls yet? Have you been shopping? I certainly have not done any online shopping except for stuff for the new puppy. So that requires a lot of my Amazon shopping for sure. But anyway, look how that just reduced on its own. So I'm going to turn the heat down on this. And I'm going to season it with some kosher salt, which I love always having aside. Right? I'm a salt. Fortunately, I don't have high blood pressure, so I can use probably more salt than the average bear, frankly. So anyway, moving forward with this, let me check my fish. So this new Breville has a light on the inside too, which is very cool, and it is a selling point. So let me pop this open really quick and see where we're at. So I'm tempted to take this out and show it to you because it's looking like it's going to be done in just a little bit, but I think I'll wait. I think I've changed my mind. Cook's prerogative, right, to change it. So I'm going to turn this down. So as I mentioned, I got a lot of stuff going on here. And I'm hoping, so if you wanted to make cream spinach at this point in time, now is when you would add your cream to it and you'd constantly stir it because it's going to get, icky if you don't, right, and burn. You don't want that. So I'm just going to keep this really clean and not move forward with that. So I might as well start cooking my scallops, right? So I am going to turn on my pan, which I have both butter and olive oil on my pan. So you do not want to crowd your pan with this, guys. It's tempting. I've got 5 scallops here, which I think should be okay with this little pan. But I like the combination of the butter and the olive oil together. And I think you are going to be too. It just melds those flavors a lot and gives more richness to the scallop. So I used frozen scallops here. Those of you who saw the video yesterday when I went shopping, and I did that deliberately because, sometimes you want to have something in your freezer that you can use spontaneously. Maybe you have some neighbors come over and you want to cook something spontaneously. You wouldn't have time then to go out and buy fresh scallops, right? So have some in your freezer. Some are better than others, but I really do like this Trader Joe's brand, and I think you'll be happy too. So another really crucial thing about scallops is that you need to have them completely dry before you put them in the pan, right? You don't want to have any moisture to them. So these have been in my fridge since this morning. In fact, they are feeling, they're feeling a little, like I could dab them off again. So I'm going to do that real quick. And let's just see. So you want to get that sear on them, right? And that's why you want them to be dry. So when you really want your pan to be kind of screaming hot too. So I've got my butter and my olive oil. Of course, I use lemon olive oil. I know you won't be surprised. I got this from We Olive, which is a franchise. They're just about in every neighborhood. And I am going to have massive stove cleanup to do, is what I'm going to have to do. So let me grab some tongs. I'm going to turn off my fish because just looking at it right now, it's going to come out. So that was how quick that is, right? I'm just going to let it sit here for just a second. And here we go with the scallops. She says confidently. Meanwhile, my spinach is reducing. Oh yeah, it's all happening now with those scallops. Can you hear that sizzle? Of course, I need another sip of my drink. All right, so this is as good as it gets. Dinner in like what? How long have we been on? 8 minutes, something like that. So you guys are gonna love this. Oh, I need to get a plate. Hold on. So good, so good. Come join me. Next time I cook, have your ingredients. I'll try to post them for you in advance when I'm doing it, so that you can cook along with me. Yum, yum. Okay. So, kind of got a lot going on. And that's a quick sear on that scallop, huh? Nice brown butter base. I'm going to turn my spinach off. You just joined us. Say hi. Tell me where you're from. Tell me if you cook scallops regularly. Love to hear that. If anything, you want to undercook them, but you want to get that quick sear on there, right? I'm actually going to turn off the heat on this, okay? So I just think that we're going to go ahead and finish that up with some lemon, and we'll be pretty done. I want to show you what the salmon looks like plated too, so give me a moment. Look at that. All right, so we don't want these to keep cooking, so you know what? Just going to plate this. Now, you guys, how much would you pay for this in a restaurant, right? A lot of money. A lot of money in a restaurant. If you wanted to, you can pour some of the brown butter over the top of this. I am going to just put my favorite lemon just right over those scallops. Right? It's beautiful. And let me show you the salmon too, because that's how quick it is, guys. So let's see. Let me just do this for you real quick. And let me plate this for you a little bit. So you know what? If somebody doesn't like salmon in your house, don't let that be a deterrent, right? You've got to change it up. Let's change it up. So I'm going to show you the salmon if I can get it off here in one piece. Hold on. Oh, came apart a little bit, but that's okay. So look how great this is, guys. I've got the spinach, the mushrooms with the garlic, the salmon, and of course, I'm going to hit this with some lemon too. So there we go. It's nice and flaky. Let me show you with my, oh gosh, I was going to put capers in there, so you know what, into my lemon sauce, but I'll do that next time. All right, so let me just show you the flakiness of this salmon, and if there's no questions, look at this, guys. Beautiful, not overcooked. If the white comes out of the side of it, you've overcooked it way too long. So you saw how quick that was at 400 degrees. I'm glad you tuned in with me for Don't Be Afraid of Fish Friday, right? And next week, we're thinking I'll be on Wednesday or Thursday for you. Check Facebook of 5 Salted Lemons before then, and keep in touch with us and let me know what you made so that I can cook again with you, all right? Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Father's Day, and bon appetit. Happy Lemon Day.